Hello, friends. Welcome back to Rose Tarot and Astrology. I'm your host, Mel Rose, and this is your two-card reading for Thursday, January 4, 2024. The sun is in Capricorn, and so is Pluto. And today, Mars is moving on into Capricorn, too. So those goal-oriented, strategy-creating vibes are very strong and growing stronger for us. Mars is exalted in Capricorn. It's a great time, about a month long, to take care of business and get some stuff done, okay? And the moon is a waning crescent now in Libra, so we are cutting out things that no longer serve us and sort of tidying up our spaces as we move toward that new moon when we want a nice clean slate to work with, so that after the new moon, we can begin again to create, set goals, make plans, and achieve more things. And if you want to know more about the astrology, please check out my Astrology Today video. It is right here on the same channel as this video. In fact, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel and then click for notifications. Then you will know every time I post fresh daily astrology and tarot content like I do. And as always, my friends, thank you so much for joining me. I'm very happy that you chose to tune in today. What do we have here? We have the Five of Wands and the Star. The star is an indicator of hope and renewal. And this is a major message card. This is a major arcana card. The star comes into the major arcana right after the Tower. Okay, so the Tower is often like some sort of breaking down of something you thought would maybe last forever. It can feel a bit like a calamity, but what it really is a deep and irreversible change, one way or the other. Regardless of how you choose to perceive it. Afterward, things are not quite the same, and you're kind of set back to square one, and that's your opportunity. It's really a card that is very hopeful. It's your opportunity to, take on the lessons that you've learned, to take from the recent changes what you can, and reimagine yourself, reimagine how you're going to live your life, nourish yourself emotionally, nourish yourself materially. I always say take care of the body and the heart and mind will follow, but take care of your body, your heart, and your mind, especially if you're in that star kind of position where, perhaps things have changed drastically for you recently, and now it's a time to really focus in on your own well-being and heal. The star, I mean, it's a beautiful card. It reminds us, to attend, again, like I said, both our emotional well-being, I would say also our mental well-being, and our bodily well-being. And she's pouring water out of two vessels here, so I'm going to remind you that part of bodily well-being is staying well hydrated, so drink some water, okay? And then we have this Five of Wands, which is really, a fight and a fracas. It looks a little bit like a battle. This one looks a little more fierce than some Five of Wands I see, usually I say, oh, they're all hitting above the head and nobody is getting hurt. And it doesn't really look like anybody is getting hurt, but these people are really struggling with one another. So, to me, that just brings us back to this like fresh new start we have. Even if it's just, like how I want to rebuild myself in the new year, or how I want to, how I want to grow from the point where I'm at, sometimes it doesn't feel as peaceful as it looks, right? Things get really quiet when you want to focus on your healing and your own well-being. But just because you look placid and serene on the surface doesn't mean that you're not struggling on the inside, right? There's a little internal battle that has to happen there where, like we're not falling back on old habits, and perhaps those old habits are just not there for us to fall back on, or perhaps we're really just putting a distance between ourselves and some old ways of being that no longer work for us. That's what we do at the waning moon anyway. And this is the first waning moon of the new year. We're coming up on the first new moon of the new year. So this really sets the tone for how we're going to make fresh starts in our lives right now, right? So the inner battle might be, like we talked about yesterday, with distraction, with habits that we have to soothe ourselves, or habits that we have to distract ourselves or entertain ourselves rather than face the growth and change that we're trying to nurture at this time. Nurture the growth and change, friends. Okay, plant those seeds, and acknowledge. I acknowledge, okay, that when I am in this place, as I am right now, because it's the beginning of the year, when I am in this place where I'm trying to nurture and nourish myself in a new way that is more representative of what I want for myself than what I have been, that it's a struggle. I have to struggle with my impulses. I have to struggle with my what do we call that? Procrastination. Right. I really have to have some stern conversations with myself about the habits that I have fallen into that don't represent, the healed version of myself that I'm becoming. So, knowing that I struggle, I'm going to say, I know that you struggle. I acknowledge that you struggle. I know that it is not easy. It doesn't always feel as peaceful and beautiful as it looks, but this is what we're striving for, is the healing. Okay. It's really paying attention to ourselves and figuring out how to give ourselves what we need, body, heart, and mind, so that we can stop battling with ourselves, and so that we can stop feeling like, we're losing to forces beyond our control, because that is absolutely not the case. And I believe that's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate your presence here, and I will catch you all in the next video.